Hi, summer students. Welcome to our first chapter Friday. My goal for this is to read a chapter of a book to you, the first chapter, to hopefully get you hooked, and then you can go on to an ebook platform and check it out. So the ebook platform I'm going to show you today is Destiny Discover. We have done lessons in library class in grades 3rd, 4th, and 5th on this. So I know sometimes those lessons get a little fuzzy, and I want to refresh your brain on how to get there, and I'll do that in a few minutes. This is called The Bowling Lane Without Any Strikes by Steve Brenritz. It is a series book, so there is lots of these in different paper and ebook. So if you have access to library pickup, you can always order those from the public library now and get those picked up. Of course, you can access this ebook, and there are more out there, I'm sure, as well. So here is how you get to an ebook on Destiny Discover. First of all, you will go into your class link, go underneath this library resources page, which is where the little brain pop head is. And then you're going to go to the tree, Destiny. When you log in, it's going to bring you to Destiny Discover. And you can see that when you log in, you're going to have a bunch of different choices. It's going to look like this. Just wait for it. There we go. So topics is not going to just be ebooks. It's going to be our paper and our ebooks. So we have to scroll down all the way till we see those ebooks. Once you see them, you're going to go to see all, and you'll be able to view all our ebooks and make a choice. The book we're reading today has infinity use. That means all of us here at Summers could open up the book and read it together if we wanted to. These here that you see are in, and then if they're checked out, they'll say out. So those only one child can read at a time, but I chose an infinity use book because I hope you guys are getting hooked and you all are going to want to read it. Okay. So if I want to look for that book, like I said, it's The Bowling Alley. No strikes. I'm going to just do a search on that one. And it will come up. And here it is. These two are paper books, and I can tell because it doesn't have the ebook symbol there. And this is an infinity use, okay? So I'm going to open up that book, and it will look like this. Then, of course, you can turn your pages here on the side. And there's our in papers, so we're going to flip past those and some in papers again. Here's some text features, which are sometimes useful to read. There's a little letter here, little information on her that her name is Catalina. She goes by Kat Duran, and she's in the 6th grade class, and they're on a bowling trip. But in one lane, the ball keeps going mysteriously off track. So the 4 friends decide to investigate the problem. So that's a little summary there for us. This is a mystery, one of my all-time favorite types of books. And it is a series called Field Trip Mysteries. So I'm going to turn the page again. Here's our table of contents. Little information on our main character, Catalina Duran. And I'm going to start the first chapter. Away we go. There's some pictures. Bowling Champ, Chapter 1. It was pouring on Monday morning, but that couldn't get me down. Mrs. Spade's 6th grade class huddled together and hurried across the wide sidewalk in front of the Two Rivers bowling alley. Sam Archer, my best friend, pulled her bright yellow slicker and shook it out on the big map. Will this rain ever stop? She asked. Yeah, 3 days of rain is more than enough, said Egg. That's what we call our friend Edward. He folded his umbrella and leaned it against the wall next to the door. Look on the bright side, said Gum. He's the 4th member of our circle of friends. His real name is James, but everyone calls him Gum. At least we can get to change our shoes. That doesn't sound like a bright side at all, I said. That was the one thing I didn't like about bowling, the smelly shoes. Everyone line up, announced Mr. Spade. Shoe time. I hope you all know your size. The whole class got in line at the shoe counter except one girl. Lily McDonald was new to our class. She sat down on a bench near the lanes to watch some early morning bowlers. Saved my spot, I told Gum, and he nodded. I walked over to Lily. Lily, it's time to line up to get shoes, I said. She was so focused on a man bowling at the middle lane that she didn't hear me. I tapped her shoulder, and she jumped. Huh? She said. Oh, Catalina, did you need something? I smiled at her. We're supposed to line up for shoes now, I said. I thumbed over my shoulder at the rest of the class, already at the counter. And you can call me Cat, I added. Oh, I have my own shoes, she said. She patted the bag next to her on the bench. I always bring my own shoes, she added, and my own ball. You have your own shoes and ball, I asked. You must be really good. She nodded. Yeah, she said. Actually, on Saturday, my dad and I won the father-daughter championship here. That's great, I said. Maybe you can teach me to be a great bowler too. Lily shrugged. I don't know, she said. It takes a lot of practice. I've been bowling since I was 3. Well, I said, I better get back in line so I can get some shoes and start practicing. What was all that about? Gum asked. Egg and Sam leaned in to hear too. Lily is a bowling champ, I said. She has all her own stuff like shoes and a ball. She's on my team, Gum said. We got our shoes. Mine were green and blue with orange polka dots, and then Mr. Spade announced the teams. 3 to each team, so we're evenly divided, he said. Then he pointed at each of us in little clusters. We watched anxiously, hoping we'd end up on teams together. Of course, our little group of friends is 4 people. Someone would be left out on his or her own. Quick, Gum said. Go grab Lily. Me, I asked. She gave me a little shove and he gave me a little shove and nodded. Hurry, he said. So I ran across the lobby, grabbed Lily by the hand, and said, Come with me. Lily grabbed her bag and she said, Okay. She sure was confused. We got back to the group just in time. You 3, Mr. Spade said. He pointed at me, Gum, and Lily. Lane 1. Yes, said Gum. He pumped his fist. We are so going to win. Lily smiled and blushed. And you 3, Mr. Spade called out. He pointed at Sam, an Egg, and another kid behind Sam. Lane 2. Egg and Sam high-fived. Then they turned around to see who the third kid was. Hello, dorks, the kid said. It was Anton Gutman. All right, that's the end of chapter 1. I think Anton might be a problem in this book. I'm curious to think or to hear what you think. I wish we were together so I could. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the first chapter and you'll keep on reading. This is a 3.3 accelerated reader book if you want to take a quiz on it, and it is worth 1 point. All right, I'll see you next Friday for First Chapter Friday, round 2.